Losing a child is one of the hardest things a parent could ever go through. And for many people who have gone through that, it can be hard to share their story.
However, one Sioux Falls couple has decided to open up about their loss to let others know that they're not alone. In tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, Summer Roddershot shares their story and how they hope it speaks to others.
Jessica and Terry Vandrovic were excited for their twins to come in 2010. But one day, Jessica knew something wasn't right.
I went into the bathroom and just started screaming for him because my water bag came out of me intact. And so I just held onto it and I made sure there was no baby in there, and we called for the ambulance and they took me away. And
we just had no warning. You know, a lot of times people are classified as maybe a high-risk pregnancy, or it's maybe their first pregnancy, or there's some warning sign, and we had none of that.
What followed was a grueling 133 days in the Sanford NICU for newborn twins Breely and Kylie.
At first, it all just blended together. I mean, it's a world that doesn't stop ever. There's no day, there's no night. You're just constantly doing stuff, helping these babies. But eventually we got into a routine of it, and days seemed to drag on, but the weeks flew by.
Those sleepless days and nights took a toll on the family.
I actually developed a mild form of narcolepsy, and that was really painful and took a lot of years to get through. And so just everything is flipped upside down, but you're trying to stay normal for each other, for your kid, for your job, for the rest of your family, for your friends, but nothing about it is normal.
Unfortunately, Breely, the firstborn of the twins, passed away early into their stay at the NICU. Jessica said that Breely ended up saving her sister Kylie's life.
Leaving the NICU with one kid felt really wrong. I knew I was leaving something behind. But when we got home, we were so busy with keeping Kylie alive. I mean, it was feedings, it was oxygen, it was monitoring, it was around the clock care. And we just did it. We didn't have time to feel sad. The waves of emotion hit us every once in a while. There were times I would hold Breely's blanket and just cry because it still smelled like her.
It's weird knowing that, I probably wouldn't be here if she didn't save my life.
But once they left the NICU, they weren't out of the woods. Kylie had another medical emergency when she was just 2 years old.
Kylie's basically in sort of a medically induced coma and on life support in Minneapolis, and we're trying to do that again. And so, she ended up being on a G-tube till she was about 8. Mm-hmm. And so, again, it wasn't even just the 133 days, then we're in the clear. It was like that for, literally half of her life in some form or another.
Now Kylie's a freshman. While things have been better medically, some days are still tough.
People are mean to me sometimes about what they say to me. They'll they don't know the story behind it all. They'll say stuff about my voice knowing that I can't change it.
But Kylie has taken that hurt and turned it into a good thing for others.
There's this program at Roosevelt called Best Buddies. And it's basically a program for kids with special needs. So you can sign up for it. And I did it in 8th grade and I really liked it. So I don't know. I don't like when people get left out because I've been there before.
After all that the Vandrovic family has been through, one day Jessica decided that she was going to write a book about their experience.
When this happened to us, we knew we wanted to share our story. There's something about the NICU, everybody knows about it, but nobody really knows about it. It's this whole new world, this different place that nobody wants to talk about. And we were just thrust into this club that we didn't want to be a part of.
Even though I sort of helped edit it and touch some things up and shape some things, I was reading the author copy the other day, and I had to stop. It's just really just this heaviness of knowing what we went through and knowing that part of our family will really never be with us in that way is a lot to process. But at the same time, I'm so proud of the way that we've turned that into something that can help people.
And that's exactly what they hope the book does, help other families who have had to go through what they did.
I just hope that families just know that they aren't alone because there's other people that went through this. I don't know who, but I know there's other families that went through the same thing that we did. They just know that they're not alone.
I don't want to say that there's a reason Breely died because I would love to have her here, but it changed us, and she showed us, that 2-day-old baby showed us what fighting really looks like and what love really is.
With Eye on KELOLAND, I'm Summer Roddershot.
The book Jessica wrote is called Held, and it's going to be released on October 15th, which is Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day. They're also having a release party on October 12th at Queen City Bakery. $5 from every book sold will go to the Breely Vandroveck Fund at the Sanford Health Foundation.